Coach, from the heartland of America, EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Lucas Oil Stadium here in Indianapolis. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the New York Giants. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now the rookie first-rounder from Penn State, Saquon Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He had a great read there from his free safety position. And, Charles, you know with those guys, it's all about their eyes. They have to be laser-focused.
Yeah, I had to fake my way through it when I was playing, but now I can see exactly what they're doing. And on that play, he obviously had no presence to feel like he's being pushed for a pass. And without that, that allowed him to get up to the line of scrimmage and hold him to no gain.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Last week, somehow they won. He threw all those picks, but they still won. Here, opening drive, unfortunately, he picked up where he left off.
Partner, you get a lot of extra patience when you find a way to win despite you making mistakes. But starting out again this game, that patience is going to wear thin really quick. And I think the guys on the defensive side of the ball will be the first ones to let him know that's got to stop.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Brissett to throw on first. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Myles Garrett in there to get him. And that is sack number 15 for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
From the gun, here's Brissett. Caught on the right side by Jones. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio! 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 Ohio!
To throw is Brissett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
Yeah, we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
To throw, Brissett. That is caught at the 7. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. New York set to take the field. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football because, as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change at quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
There to stop him was Darius Leonard. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use your aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Flex round. Flex round.
Brissett on 1st down. Able to shake it, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Myles Garrett in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
Brissett now on 2nd down. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Myles Garrett in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. The Colts send out their punter. Corey Coleman back deep to return. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Giants will get it now at the 20. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your Quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
They begin with a run by Barkley. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Lucky 56. Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off near the 44. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now a toss right to Barkley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw to Barkley on the check down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Jones on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Ebron caught left side, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The passing game for the Colts finding its stride, another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? A first down throw for Brissett. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Here we go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Flex round. Flex round. Ohio. Ohio.
Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's Hall. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
First down, Brissett. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Great footwork there, Charles, to dot the I's, stay in bounds, get both feet in. He's probably thinking, oh, man, I made a catch like that close to the end zone. I should have scored.
Yeah, there's
and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Point after try forthcoming. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Anthony Walker in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
No. Check. Patriot. Watch him now, Barney. 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Brissett. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion.
Come on, let's go. Red 38. Red 38. Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
A second down throw for Brissett. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a third down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this.
Ohio. Ohio. Flex round. Flex round.
From the shotgun, it's Brissett. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Ohio. Ohio.
On second down, Brissett again. And it's caught. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Ohio. 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 Ohio.
Here's Brissett. And that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And a rout is on here in this first half. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. New York set to take the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it. One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now they'll run it on the toss. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And how about the call here? Detroit! They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
One set. Eyes up. One set.
They'll try and throw for it here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ohio! Flex round! Ohio!
Brissett to throw on 1st. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 53. And this one is right down the middle. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, Rosas now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. gun. Here's Brissett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught at the 10. And this will get him all the way inside the Giants' 10. A huge play that time for the Colts. 47 yards. The 3 red zone trips, 3 touchdowns so far. They'll look for a 4th on 2nd and goal. Throwing, Brissett. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Brissett now. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Eric Ebron with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Colts just continue to pour it on. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use.
Right,
just something to get you off to a quick start.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this is Latimer, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
No, check, Patriot!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll set up a throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he's got this down to the 35. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 12. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
Brissett on first down. Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley down right around the 25. Tyquan Lewis makes the stop.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Hey, 4 down. Gun! Watch him now, Barney.
They're going to look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 22. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Ohio! Flex round!
Brissett sets to throw it. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hall. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Colts on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11.
Flex round! Ohio!
Out of the gun, Brissett. Throw left side complete. It's Hall. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Brissett. To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll throw again. Brissett. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Into the air once more. It's Brissett. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. The Colts send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And the Giants ready to come out now. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Looking to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Anthony Walker in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it. But it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in the game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. A first down throw for Brissett. Now he'll be hit from behind, and he is landed on hard. Olivier Vernon in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Here we go. Red 38. Red 38. Ohio. Ohio.
from the shotgun. It's Brissett. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Troy Apke. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 18. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he had won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
That one looks like he'll throw here. And his throw's going to be incomplete. T.Y. Hilton, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Ohio!
Brissett. And incomplete. A disappointing drop there defensively by the rookie. And now fourth down.
Well, man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
It really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And this one is right through. Now they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard.
And my goodness, another interception. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Ohio! Ohio! Ohio!
To throw, Brissett. Ebron caught left side. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Again, it's Brissett. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Hey, got three down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's 1st and goal.
Ohio!
They go play action here on 1st down. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Ohio! Let's go! 190! 190! Flex round! Flex round!
A 2nd down throw for Brissett. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
The
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
it. In that case, run it up.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.
You